Hi, welcome to Raj Alnai. In this session today, we are going to discuss about the customer service agent dashboard in reference to Dynamics, Microsoft Dynamics. Because this is all about managing how are we going to manage the dashboards in reference to the customer requirements what we have. So wherein we have an option where we need to have an existing information which can be transformed here. At the same time, if you want to click any kind of new dashboards to be created, or else if you want to create any kind of defaults to be set up on here, so all these things can be done here accordingly. Now, if you want to create a separate dashboard where we have an option called new, so go to new option here, wherein it will be showing a new dashboard to be created with. Let me refresh it. Right. So as for this, we need to choose the layouts, what are the layouts required and all everything. So we need to choose the layout according to the requirements, what we have, all that stuff. So this is what generally a new customer service dashboard was, which was set. So you can go to new, right? So here you can create a 365 dashboard. So in this 365 dashboard, what is that we have to do is whatever the layouts we have and all everything. So those layouts and everything has to be created here. So in this layouts, what is that I'm going to create a 3-column layout, which was created. Wherein you can see. Yeah, right. So wherein the layout dashboards was created, where we have to provide the name of it. So providing the name is essentially important for a dashboard to be created. For example, sales reporting was there already. Sales forecasting report, right? So that's what just mentioning it as the name, right? So sales forecasting report is what generally the name I have created, right? It's in this dashboard, wherein whatever the sections to be added with, it means, for example, if you want to mention any kind of components to be added to the existing repository, we have an option where we can. So I'm just collecting a account, record type is account. For example, uh, inactive accounts which we wants to see, uh, accounts by industry, right? So this is what I just created, right? So whatever the accounts we have, for example, any accounts was added to that so that we can see all that. So before I'm getting into this, first of all, dashboards creations is important. So that whatever the accounts and whatever the activities we are performing, everything can be seen here subsequently. So I have created one thing here. Next, apart from that, if you want to create any kind of list to be inserted here, what is that list if you want to insert all that stuff? So accounts list, wherein all accounts, I'm just selecting all accounts here, right? So this column, right? So what are the columns do we have and all, right? Refreshing the columns and all, add here, right? So this is where generally these columns can be added to the existing repository, right? So view selector is what the dashboard which was created under this customer service. So here we can see. At the same time, if you want to add the list and all everything, insert a list is what is required. At the same time, we have another option where if you want to add any kind of report generations to be, it again one more recording type. Now I'm just selecting agent status, right? So agent status it is. Active agent status I want to select, right? Or else inactive agent status I want to select. So whatever the selection to be done, right? So if there is any kind of information to be updated, so we have to inform all the updated here. That's what we have to see. At the same time, if you want to create any kind of charts to be prepared, all that stuff as a components and all, So all these components can be updated here subsequently. So this is how generally this dashboard has to be created. So according to the requirements what we have, so whatever the dashboards to be created, all the dashboards can be created. For example, account KPI terms, active account KPI terms, which was created. Now, one more, I am creating a component for activity, all the activities by month due, right? So month due, all these activities can be updated here. Along with that, I have taken one more catalog I have taken, active catalogs, or else I take case topic. Account. My active accounts I have taken. Accounts by territories, right? So depends on the territories and all we have taken. So this is how generally this dashboards can be created in customer service app in reference to the Microsoft Dynamics itself is concerned, right? So this is how generally these apps can be created. So once it is done, you have an option where we can save it according to the reports. What is that we have taken so far? These reports can be saved and we can close it. See here, we can see in Salesforce forecasting report, which was already created. Now, if you want to update, anything, right? So for example, if this dashboard wants to share with someone, wherein we have to add information and all, and wherein we have to send it. At the same time, if you want to assign this to someone, right? So if you want to assign any kind of user, whoever the users we have created, so those users we can create. That is also there here. Now, if you want to add any kind of accounts and all, right? So for example, what are the list of accounts which will be in the state of activeness and all everything. So this active reports and all everything is what generally once we have to show, right? So all the reports can be seen here, and whatever the reports we wants to generate, subsequently that report account name has to be created, right? For example, account name which is called Sam. So account name Sam, right? So for example, some name I'm just giving, right? So I'm not giving the right distance, right? So for example, right? So all these details we can update, right? So we can update all these details here. Almost what are the details and all everything. All the details can be updated. At the same time, we have to update the industry which these people belongs to, right? So all these things can be updated here. Or else we have an option where we want to import the information, whatever the required information to be updated to the existing repositories, wherein that the importing of information can also be done here. So based on the repositories, whatever the information we have taken, so that information, whatever the information we have taken can be acted upon here, right? So this is also another option which normally we have, right? So if you want to create new records, right? So or else if you want to find the advanced search, right? So for example, if you want to create any kind of new records and all everything, you can create an accounts here, all that. So that also can be done here accordingly. So this is how usually this my customer services option is available in reference to the Dynamics 365 itself is concerned. So this is how generally this dashboard creations, all these things can be done, so that whatever the required and relevant information to be provided in regard to that, all these things can be seen here accordingly. This is how generally this will be looks like. At the same time, if there are any kind of templates in reference to the email, what is that we want to send, all that. So there is an option for email templates equally. So these are the different email templates we have. Of course, these are the templates which are predefined and easily available here. Wherein if you want to create our own templates, all these things can also be created by us accordingly, which is something essentially important when we are working on it. Right. So this is how generally this report generations as well as dashboards and all everything you can see, right? So this is how generally it is created. Activities you can see here. At the same time, whatever the my active accounts in reference to the territories, all these things can be seen here accordingly. So this is what generally how these dashboards has to be created, all these. And in tomorrow's session, we are going to discuss about the queues part, because adding queues and all that. So how these queues can be used, right? So how these queues can be added to the existing board, all these things that we are going to discuss in tomorrow's session. Okay, see you then. Bye.